Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to personally, I would like to personally welcome you to my Facebook Live. And in today's session, I would like to talk about marketing. And the topic is how to create websites using WordPress. Okay, using WordPress. Now, I'm sure you're aware that if you are having business online or you are promoting anything online, you need to have a website. Okay, because you need a website to showcase what you are promoting. That is very, very important. But I'm sure you know that, having a website previously was a big issue. All right. Now, previously, having a website is a massive project because it is very expensive and it costs you thousands of dollars. That's for sure. That is why a lot of people could not have their own website because it was expensive during those days. But today, with all the improvement in the technologies and so on, having a website costs you less than $100. Do you believe that? It will cost you less than $100. That's all. Okay. There are many platforms outside there that you can create a website with. There are website builders everywhere, and also there are also HTML builders and so on. Okay. But today I want to talk about WordPress. Now, WordPress is the most popular blogging platform. It is called a blogging platform, but actually it is just a website. That's all. It is just a website. It is called a blogging platform, but it is just a website. All right. So WordPress is very, very popular. In fact, many years I moved to WordPress. Okay, moved to WordPress because of various advantages of WordPress. So I moved my site to WordPress. I create my website now based on WordPress. Of course, now I'm moving towards website builder as well. Okay, so basically here I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide. Okay, on how to create a website using WordPress. Would that be good for you? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's begin then. Number one, you need to pick a name and find a domain name. Now, it's important to find a domain name because that will be the address of your website. All right. Now, if you look for a domain name, the best advice I could give you is look for a .com. The .com is the best. All right. For various reasons, maybe for search engine purposes and so on. But there are many reasons that is why .com is very important. Now, the other thing about the name is make sure that it is related to your product or to your niche. Very, very important. Okay. But of course, by now, a lot of the domain name has been taken, but you can still modify it. Now, let me give you an example. If you're going to look for weightloss.com, I can guarantee you 100% it is already taken. So what you can do is add some word to the beginning of the sentence. All right. Let's say weight loss is taken, then you can put something in front. Okay. Like, superweightloss.com or ultimateweightloss.com or something like that. Okay. Number two, all right, find something behind weight loss. So you can use weightlossblueprint.com, weight loss, okay, weight loss ultimate.com or something like that. So just to add it, so you can make a search. There are certain websites that allow you to make a search easily. Okay, there are certain websites that you can make a search easily. You can make a search on Google for those type of website. All right, where you can search for existing domain name. All right, so you got to look for a domain name. That's the number one. Number two, after you look for a suitable domain name, then you got to register the domain name. Okay. Now, there are few sites that are very popular. Number one, you can register your domain name at GoDaddy.com. The other site that is popular is also Namecheap.com. Namecheap.com. Now, how much that it costs for a domain name? It depends. All right, but for a .com, it probably costs you about $10 per year. Then $10 per year or below $10 per year. So it's okay. All right, for a domain name, which you can use it for one whole year. Okay, but you got to renew it the following year. That's for sure. That's number two, register your domain name. Number three, you got to decide what kind of site you are creating. This is important. What sort of site are you creating? You must start with that. Okay, with that idea. What sort of site are you creating? It could be a an information website. A blog could be an information website, maybe a website on weight loss. You know, you're giving people information, articles on weight loss and so on. Or it could be a sales website. That means you're trying to sell something. All right, so it can be a sales website. So you got to decide on what kind of site you are going to create. That is very important. Okay, from the very start, you got to decide what website, what type of site you are creating. Number 4, now you have a domain name. Now you got to get hosting. All right, you got to get hosting. Hosting is very important because although you can create your website on your computer, but if the website is on the computer, nobody else in the world can, you know, access your website. So you got to upload your site to a server, which is called hosting. And once the website is on the server, then everybody in the world can access your website. Okay. Now, hosting. There are many hosting outside there, but there are few that you can use. You can, by the way, you can check on Google what sort of site. I can give you a name, a few. HostGator.com, you know, it's one of the hosting site. There are others, all right. GVO is another one, and so on. So basically, a hosting is per month as well, all right. You go for a economical hosting first. Don't go for the expensive one. It could cost you only about $5 a month. That's all. Go for a simple hosting site first, all right. Once you advance, you have many domain name, then you can go to a shared hosting, all right. But initially, just go for a simple hosting for one website. It costs you about $5 per month. So it's not expensive, right? For $5 per month to set up a business, all right. Number 5, install your WordPress. Now, once you have your WordPress, all right, once you have your WordPress, you got to install it on your website. Okay, there are 2 ways you can install it. Number 1, you can install it on your own, which is, of course, not easy. You got to be technical. All right, so, but you go to wordpress.org. Okay, there are instructions there how to install your own WordPress. Okay, how to install your own WordPress is quite technical. I'm not going to go through here, but if you want to know more, you can go and make a search on YouTube how to install WordPress. Okay, it's very simple. But then, of course, you know, if you are new to it, it takes some time to learn about it. Okay, the other way is if you are hosting and your hosting provide you with a cPanel, cPanel, C-P-A-N-E-L. If they provide you with cPanel, then there is what do you call that? Is a script there. Okay, there is a function there which is called WP Toolkit. You can click on it when you go to the WordPress. When you go to your cPanel, right? You look for WP Toolkit, and from there you can click and install a WordPress on that hosting. Okay, well, it's very simple. It will install for you automatically. All you need to do is basically put down your email, okay, the username, the password, and so on. And you just click install, and it will automatically install for you. Okay, it is very simple. Installation is very simple. Okay, but if you are technical, go for the first one. Okay, now cPanel, nowadays most of the hosting are using cPanel, so it should not be a problem. Okay, number 6, you got to point your domain to your host. Now remember, you are hosting. Maybe you host with what you call HostGator. Let's say you host with HostGator. All right, what you need to do is HostGator has got a domain name server. All right, that means you got to have a domain server. Okay, which is basically in terms of numbers. All right, numbers. NS1, NS2, and followed by all the other the numbers and so on, which your hosting company can provide you. That's for sure. Normally there are two domain server. Okay. Once you have that, you got to go to your domain name, maybe GoDaddy or what do you call Namecheap. Once you go there, all right, you got to put the name server inside the what do you call the domain name that you have. Let's say you purchase a domain name, all right. Then once you get the name server address from your hosting company, then you got to go to your domain registrar. Let's say HostGator. Let's say GoDaddy. You got to log in into GoDaddy and go to the domain name and click on name server and put in that number. Okay. Then only then your hosting company and the domain will be linked together. That is very important. Okay, point your domain name to your host. Number 7, okay, once you install the WordPress, all right, you can install the WordPress. You need to install two things. The first thing you got to install is the theme. The theme is how your site will look like. Okay, there are a lot of free theme outside there. You can go to make a search, a WordPress free theme on Google, and there are a lot of themes that you can pick and choose. Those are free, all right? But there are paid ones as well. Of course, there are paid ones. If you want to, you can pay for it. There are many sites outside there that you can purchase the theme from. But for a start, you can use a free one. All right, there are many themes outside there which are quite beautiful, professional looking, and so on. So you can install the WordPress theme, use a free one first. Okay, now that is how your site will look like. And also plugins. Now, what are plugins? Plugins are additional add-on that will help you to help the site to be more effective. Okay, example, if let's say you want to have a squeeze page, you got to have a plugin for squeeze page. Maybe we got a plugin for security purposes, security to make sure that your site is not hacked and so on. So there are a lot of plugins that you can use. And most of these plugins are free. You just go into your WordPress, click on a plugin and look for it, search for it. All right, search for it. And basically, once you have the plugin, you can install it. That's all. All right, but of course, some of the plugins, the more advanced one, probably you have to upgrade to the Pro, or you got to purchase. Okay, so plugins are just basically, software that will help your website or your blog to be more effective. That's it. To be more effective. There are many type of plugins there. All right. Maybe if you have let's say you have you post and there are a lot of comments and so on. There are plugins that help you to delete the comment as well. Rather than delete the comment one by one, you can just click one button. The plugin that you download are free. You just need to click one button and you delete all the comments from your blog. Okay, so very important. Install WordPress theme and also the plugin. Then number 8. Well, now your blog or your website is ready. You got to add content. All right. You need to add content on a continuous basis. All right. Now, contents can be of two types. Number 1, it could be posts. All right, could be post. You click on the post button and then you can add a post. It's as simple as that. Add a post. You know what? Post the title of the post, the content of the post. Choose the category you want to post to. Create your own category if you want to, and then click post. It will post for you automatically. Okay, or you can create pages as well. Right? If you want to create your own sales pages, you want to create your own squeeze pages, then you can use pages. Okay, you can use pages, and pages is another section of the WordPress whereby you click on pages and then you can create a page. Okay, the page can be what do you call? Can be about me page, how to contact me page, or your sales page, or what do you call privacy policy page and so on. So it can be a lot of pages if you want to. All right. So in WordPress you can do that. Okay, add content. Now, lastly, number 9. You see, your site need to continue to evolve. It cannot be stagnant. It cannot be just you post one time and then leave the site there. Okay, what you need to do is on a continuous basis, maybe every few days or every week, you need to update your website or update your blog. Okay, especially if it's an information website. If sales website, probably it's just for sales. It is one page website which you don't have to update if you don't want to, right? Unless there are certain information you want to update on a once in a while. But if you are talking about you have a blog for information, then you have to update the website all the time. Keep on putting in new posts all the time. Are you with me? So that's very important. So basically that is all I can share with you, how to create a website using WordPress. In fact, it's very simple. All right, if you have problem, what you can do is basically you can message me. I can advise you, or you can look for YouTube for information about how to create a website using WordPress. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. Let me summarize for you how to create websites with WordPress. All right, now previously it was expensive to create a website, but today with all the blogging platform and with all the what you call the website builder, it is much easier now. Okay, for less than $100, you can create a website. WordPress is the most popular one. Okay, let me summarize for you the steps. You got to pick a name, okay, and pick a domain name. Number 2, you got to register your domain name. Number 3, you got to decide what kind of site you are creating, whether it's information site, okay, which is basically a blog, or a sales website. Okay. Number 4, get hosting for your website. It can cost you about $5 per month. Install your WordPress. There are 2 ways to install. Number 1, you can get information from wordpress.org, how to install, follow the instruction and install yourself. Or if you are using cPanel, which most of the hosting are using cPanel, you go to the function called WP Toolkit, and you can use that function to install it automatically. All you need to do is just put in your email, put in your username and password. That's it. All right. And number 6, you need to point your domain name to your host. All right. Your domain name, you got to point to your hosting, because get the hosting name server. You get the name server from your hosting company. All right. And then after that, you log into your cPanel. You log into your domain registrar like GoDaddy or Namecheap for that matter, and include it inside. If you are lost, go on YouTube and search for it. Okay. Number 7, install the WordPress theme. All right, the theme which is the look of your site, and the plugin as well. Choose whatever plugin you want, the basic one and so on. Right. Number 8, you got to add content. 2 types of content: pages and posts. And lastly, you got to continue evolving your website. Okay, keep on updating, especially if it is a blog for information. You got to keep on posting new posts and so on. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here. If you like what you hear and see, please feel free to like, to share, and to comment. I appreciate that you spend your time with me here. Okay, I'll see you again for another session of my live video on Monday. So this is Richard Quack from Malaysia, wishing you good night and goodbye.